Well, the trigger, of course, has been the science that's shown us that there has been a huge rise in carbon in the atmosphere across the world during the industrial era. And of course, in some respects, that actually started in the northeast of England, which was possibly the first major region in the world which had industry powered by coal. And the coal from the northeast went to other parts of England, which then helped to build industry there as well. Now, of course, at the time this was happening, nobody knew. It was smoky and it wasn't very nice. Nobody knew about climate change. However, we have known about it for a considerable time now, and the change has been towards more renewable energy, towards cleaner energy and away from fossil fuels, has gathered pace, particularly in the last 10 years. Go back to 2008, the United Kingdom was still very, very reliant on coal still, even then, whereas much of it was imported. And there has been a shift towards more renewable forms of energy. However, there's a long way still to go, because we still have more than half of our energy in this country and in the northeast from coal, oil and gas, particularly oil and gas. So the transition away from fossil fuel mining and so on in the northeast was happening anyway without the climate crisis. It's lost a lot of its shipbuilding as well as its coal mining, and a lot of the skills that were used for shipbuilding were then transferred into building rigs and other things for the North Sea oil industry. So the northeast has also done quite a lot of, it's moved from coal towards oil certainly for a while. Right, there are a number of challenges. Firstly, there are the capital costs. Particularly in the beginning, the market was rigged against renewable energy. It was fossil fuel companies got advantages from government and nuclear energy. Renewable energy didn't have the political clout and didn't have the lobbying. And there was also the problem of transmission. Power needs to get from where it's produced to where it's needed, and transmission lines are needed, which take time to build and are costly. Another problem is intermittence and variability. A couple of other challenges include helping the renewables to gain entry into the market that there is for energy. The big challenge is getting people to, especially in the Western countries, the richer countries, to accept the problem and change their lifestyle. And I am concerned that if you look at COVID at the moment, there is the argument now about coming out of regulations and saying COVID's around, we have to live with it. But also, I'm concerned that the same sort of argument will be used about climate change. It's going to see a change in society across the world. We're going to have to make, I think, changes to our lifestyle, and we're also going to have to build a more equal society, not just here, but across the world. I think in some ways climate change is a huge opportunity for humanity, because it is a problem which we all face. To be fair, I think it was 2019, or it was in the last 2 years, that there was a more period of time when there was actually more energy produced by renewable energies in this country than by fossil fuels. So we have made progress, but I still think we have a long way to go as well. And I don't think we have the political will at the top at the moment that we need to have in this country. But having said that, what can they learn? Renewable energy can be a job maker, and hopefully we'll have a government that will bring in a proper Green New Deal, not just in this country, but across the world, really. The renewable energy can be developed, it can be cheap, and that it can also produce well-paid jobs, which give people a good wage and a sense of purpose as well. So a little bit of optimism, more optimism if we have a change of government. But it doesn't have, it will take time anyway, but it's taking more time than it needs to be.
More time.
Like a political will. Here, the United States, Europe to a lesser extent, and across the world.